sustained a little damage this weekend, but it's not a big deal. I'll fix her up. Let me get this turned on. So we got that. It's on public. It needs to be on. On. Save. This needs to be on. And save. Next. Oh man, just so much stuff to do with stunhanger. This one needs to be on. And save. Next. None of the above. Submit. Yeah, it's done. Okay, we're all good there. We need to go in here and edit this so it saves the chat. And let's see here. Save. Okay, that's it. So we're all good now. All right, we had a wonderful time at Tulsa. Went to Joe Gilbert's hangar and saw his chipmunk and his friends' chipmunks, and I got to put my hands on a P-51 Mustang that was at Normandy, and we had barbecue, and we just had a great time. I won a bunch of stuff in the raffle. I mean, a little trinket junk stuff, but the most important thing was it's still out in the trailers. I got a Series 21 McCoy 40. So I can take that cylinder, liner, and head, piston and rod, and put it in a lightning bolt case and have another McGass 40. I'll have 3 of them. Craig Biswick, if you're watching, send me your address on stunhanger, and I'm going to send something off to you. Then, at the contest, whether you saw it or not, I tripped over the camera cords. These cameras are killing me. I tripped over the camera cords, and the cameras went right down the leading edge and put a big knot in this leading edge here. Well, I bought this a few years back, and was sitting in my closet in Dayton. This Rockler steam generator. So I got that, and it's going on the floor. I'm going to build a cabinet for it so we can steam balsa wood for Steve's crossfire. So we need to repair this thing the best I can, which is it should be perfect when it's done. It's not that bad. I mean, I'm going to block sand this, just with some 320 and reshape that leading edge. And then we're going to put scallops on it. Wasn't going to do scallops, but that's just the way it goes. Put the scallops in there and be done with it. And what I'll do is I'll get the camera. First thing I need to do is take the wheels off of it so I can put it in the foam cradle. Because I figured out what the problem was with the way it was flying. I got an inboard flap warped up, and it's causing, or warped down. I'll have to look at it again, but it's causing the wing to fly high, so it's warped up. So I was trying to adjust the flaps, and that didn't do very much. I mean, what happens when you adjust the flaps, you got other problems in other places. So we got to get that straightened out. But I got that steam generator going. I'll steam that flap and give it a twist and see if we can't straighten that out. And basically, I guess we'll just get to it. I need to get my iron. Get my iron going. I have all kind of steaming going on here. That flight that you guys saw me do, that wasn't my winning flight. I botched the square 8 so bad it was ridiculous. What happened was, and it's my fault, went I positioned it. The outside square was into the sun. I completely lost the airplane, so it was all by guess. And it showed it too. If you go back and look at that flight, I'm going to cut it out of it and edit it up and show you that flight. Not good. I got some other issues going on here. That looks like the fillet is starting to lift right there, so I'm going to have to cut that out and repair that. I guess I got too much paint back there. And, you know, whatever it is, I'm going to fix it. It's not a big deal. So, I'll wait for that thing to heat up a little bit. The only bad thing is that this is really close to the decal. But I think I can get away with fixing it without getting into the decal. And I'll set the camera up to show you. Now, the steam, as soon as it starts coming out of here, might be a while. She's plugged in. Yeah. It might take an hour or two for that to heat up. I got no idea. Okay, so at least it didn't, I mean, a foot more over. Yes, I did win, first place. Trophies in the trailer. And it was on the Tulsa Awards too. Let me see. What was I gonna do here? Oh, I got to get the landing gear off of this thing. So we can get it up off the bench. Had a great time. Just super. They couldn't be any more hospitable. 764. So that ain't no good. I need a 332. Come on. It just seems like I can't win with this airplane. It's fighting me the whole way. But never give up, never surrender. I'll figure it out. As soon as I can find a ball driver. I flew this one flight there in Tulsa. It was so fat. I mean, but at least Joe got to look at it, and we looked at it and just, you know, discerned that it's that flap that's twisted a little bit. And Steve asked me, what could cause that? Well, one coat of dope. That's all it takes, one coat of dope. So, I mean, as far as that goes, you know, this airplane's not done because it's not rubbed out. So if I got to repaint something or repair something, it's not a big deal. It's just more work. I'm going to be judging appearance at the Nats next year. I already put in to John Paris for that. We get that straightened out. Okay. Shit, my paper towels are in the trailer. But we should be able to do something here. I'll get the camera, swap camera views. bring this one over so you can see it. Come on, get the hell out of the way. Okay, if you look at that rudder, she's pretty mangled right there, both sides. I also got a dent, and at least it didn't poke through the covering. I got a dent right there, and that's the first one we're going to take care of. Put that on there, get my monocoat iron. I'll fly this in N30 at the Nats next year. I won't enter open, which is okay. I don't have much of a chance to. There's going to be a lot of hubbub going on next year. Almost gone. A little dent right there too. We'll try to steam out. This was the dent I was worried about because I thought, oh God, it's going to be a bear to cut, fix. But she's about fixed. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to get some more water on this. Let me get some more water on this from the sink. Did you guys enjoy the Tulsa show? I mean, I realize that the camera view is not the greatest, but I can only do so much. So that's 2 first place this year. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let me get this one more time. Man. I don't think this is going to iron out though. Let me try it a little bit. I think it's going to take some reshaping. Might have to make another decal. Well, I got another decal in case that screws up. Okay. we won't worry about that. Still got no steam out of my steam generator. Maybe I gotta have more water in it. Might have a safety switch, you know. Let me get some more water in this thing. I'll show you this when I get it working. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, let's try this again. Thank you, Tony. From reigning New Zealand, home of the hobbits. Let's see. Maybe I gotta push this on a little further. Maybe I gotta do that. Okay, I put hot water in it. This is a Rockler steam generator. And I don't have enough room here. And it's got about a, I don't know, 10-foot hose. There it is. I hear it working now. I didn't have it plugged in all the way. I hear it working now. That thing starts a whistling. So if this is flying down, it's flying up. Let's see. Flying up right now. I can hear it doing magic. I've got the wings, the flaps adjusted so that okay. It's flying up. That means this is up on this side. So I need to twist it down. We'll get that straightened out, and then I'll fix the other things. I'm not going to worry about this fillet bubble until it gets bad. I might just try to push it back. Very small, but Just aggravating. That's from getting them fillets too wet with paint. I'll slice it and put some CA in it, and then dust it with some airbrush. But this here is what's worrying me. This leading edge here. So I guess the only thing to do is to do it. We'll get a sanding block. Not with 80 though. .180. So it's definitely getting scallops again. Couldn't believe it. I took it out of there, set it on the ground for a guy to look at, and bam, knocked the camera over on top of it. 1 foot more, the camera would have went through the wing. Well, from here to there, whatever that is, about 18 inches. Well, I hear some monkey business going on there with the steam generator, so it must be working. Normally, I use a tea kettle. You've been painting your home. Well, that's good. We got 14 watchers. Hopefully we got 14 likes. I'll be on Charles's show tonight to let's see, we got a spot right there needs a little steam too. Let's see, right there. And that came out. So I need to twist this flap down. Yeah, that's good enough. It's through the paint there. We don't want to go too far. Just a little reshape is all. I've been thinking about this all the way home. Man, I can hardly wait to get this fixed. Because if there was any chance, I might fly it this week. See if my trimming things have worked. That's pretty good. I have to use a little acro right there. Not a big deal. Just aggravation. Well, I hear something going on down there. I want to hear. Got me super steam. Okay, we need some 320 now. 400. This is 400. Let me see 320. And we'll go 400. That came out good. That's nice. This went away. This went away. I'll get those drawings out to you this week. I'll sit down. Might do that tonight during the live stream. We'll draw out the profile of this thing so I can send them off tomorrow. I got to go to the post office and mail John a check or some money. John Paris. Told him I'd do it today, not thinking, but shit, I've been on the road. I just got back. No way I could do it today. Yep, that's fixed. I'm gonna sand it out. I might have to put a new decal on this side depending on how the tape goes. This side here, not so much. Should be okay. That feels good. Okay, now 400. That's 320. I ain't hearing no steam yet. I also ended up with a carbon fiber rev up we're going to try on this. Nothing coming out yet. But I hear some stuff going on down there. A little low spot right there. Here I see some steam. We'll change camera views when as soon as it starts to really steam. I'll show you guys how to steam this shit straight. Here's it going. This is the first time I ever used this rockler machine. I usually just use a tea kettle. I'm hoping it steams more than that. It must. There we go. Ooh, this hose is hot. I guess maybe I need to make it the hole smaller so it really whistles. I don't know. We'll see what happens here in a minute. Okay, let me change camera views and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here on this flap. Okay, so this thing is flying wing high. That means that this flap is twisted up. Is that right? Yeah, twisted up. So we're going to, and it's only from here out. We're going to heat this flap up here and tweak her straight. What this does is it loosens the ligna in the wood. And this thing does put out some steam, so that's good. We'll get her soft and give her a tweak. I'm doing this by myself. Normally I have help when I'm doing it in the kitchen with a steam, kettle, but my old lady doesn't know how to do this stuff. So we're going to give her a whirl doing it here. I think it's going to work. It's putting out a lot of steam. Getting it really hot. Yep, second one this year. Oh yeah, see the covering just moved, so we know we're getting close. If this is up to it, needs to be tweaked down. Let's try it. Okay, I've twisted it a long ways. I'm going to hold it like so. Maybe I ought to get the heat gun and heat the covering up. Take a look at it. Oh yeah, that worked. Yep, that did it. Yes, let's make it relax one more time and we'll go the other way. Ridiculous amounts. If a little's fine, then enough is just right, or too much is just right. Hope you're right, old Joe. I think so, though. This thing puts out some steam. That's good. If you got a wing that's warped, you do the same thing. I don't know whether I was. Wasn't anything bad, I'm sure. I don't remember, so can't be too bad. Okay, so it was up. We need to move it down. It's got a twist in it. When I doped it, wood is finicky. Moisture or a coat here, a coat there, it will it'll get you. Yep, that's more like it. But down. Yeah. I think that's going to do it. I'll have to get the heat gun and tighten up the covering. Don't want to use that iron. That iron will burn the paint without water on it. So we use the heat gun. That's one of the reasons why I like solid flaps, but I didn't have any, super wood. These flaps are 1/2 ounce, and I ain't going for that 3-ounce flap crap. Kill the steam generator. Have water everywhere. Let me get the heat gun. Of course, everything fall on the floor. I gotta get this shithole cleaned up. Steve's gonna come. We're gonna start those projects next week. The crossfire. Now that tighten the covering up. Almost. too hot there, Spark. A bubble of paint. So that you oh, okay. I don't know who's who over there. All right, we got that straight. Now I can tweak this flat back to 0. There we go. That should be trimmed. Okay, so now what do we got to do? Got to get a paintbrush and put some clear dope on that repair I did on the leading edge there. Get this water wiped off everything. I'm showing you this kind of stuff just to show you that it's not the end of the world when something happens, you know, just pick up and go. However, I'm concerned about this covering. It's wrinkled pretty good. It might straighten out though. We know we got it twisted when the covering's wrinkled. Looks like I'm going to have to sand that right there and repair that where I bubbled the paint from getting it too hot. Can't win. Oh, it'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. That is it. That is exactly what it needed. Maybe a little too far, but we'll see. It'll relax and get back to where it needs to be. This down here is not going to go away any better than that, so it's just going to have to live like that. I'm going to, as I work towards the gnats, I'll repair this fillet and repair this dent and fix this here. I'll have this fixed tonight. I don't know if I'll have the scallops on it tonight, but I'll have it fixed tonight. It's basically already fixed. There's no dent in it, so slight dent right there. Gotta sand out. It'll be fine. Trust me. Yep, that's it. I'm outside for 2 minutes today unloading the trailer and the mosquitoes bit the crap out of me. Can't win. All right, remember tonight is Charles's night. So I wonder what happened to them other rolls of paper towels. Did I leave them over here? Yep, good. I got paper towels. Annie, be sure that you tune in probably after Sunday. I'm going to do some signs on saws, tattoo removal signs. Hand painted, of course. Okay. So we got that and that and that. We can now wipe the grease off of this airplane and see if I damaged it anywhere else. I don't think so, but you just never know. Let's zoom into that rudder and show you. We'll zoom into that rudder and show you what it looks like. Oh. Come on. So, had a big dent right there, and now it's gone. Just put some dope on it. I'll, I bet I could get away without doing scallops. I just blend it, but I think it would probably look better with the scallop on it. Just 3 coats of dope right there, and then airbrush and done. White. But I think it would look better with scallops on it. But I need to get that white before I can paint the scallops. Don't kid yourself and think that you can paint dope, dope over the bare wood without first prepping it. I'm not going to use the CA trick on there because that would definitely stick out like a sore thumb. But if I just take a brush and do 3 coats of dope, just like finishing normal, 3 coats of dope on the bare wood, sand between, and then airbrush some clear on it, 3-4 coats, I come back and just airbrush some white on there, it'll all blend. I just need to reverse mask this, and how you do that to protect that decal, you take the masking tape like this and you fold it inside itself like so. I don't know if you can see that. So bright. These lights are bright. Fold it like that and you stick it on there like so. So then you put the paper on this side so that the spray goes into the glue of the masking tape. And then when you take it off, you don't have a hard line. You just dust it a little bit with some 1200 or whatever, 1500, and then clear it, goes away. Secrets, I'm teaching secrets. Pay attention. I've made so many mistakes. I know all the fixes. Well, maybe not all, but 99% of them. I'm a little concerned with this little bubble here. This bothers me. I think we'll address it on this go around. I'm going to pop it, take a syringe with a needle on it, shoot some CA in it, push it down, sand a little bit, and I mean it's an insignificant bubble. It's probably only yay big, just little tiny bubble. But if it's lifting now, if I don't address it, it will fill it up. My fault again. I got it too wet. Trying to make it look good. So we got the flaps right. Let me zoom the camera out so you can see what I'm doing. When you are looking for these problems, you look, I see people look at stuff and they don't even know what they're looking at. You look into the wing. You look right past the flaps and imagine the leading edge. And you want the flaps to be parallel with the leading edge. So the leading trailing edge and the back of the flap needs to be parallel. Before this was down, or was it up? Shit. Yeah, it was down. It was up. Excuse me. It was up. So in order to raise that where it's level, I need to push it down because this was up and it caused the outboard wing to fly high. So I kept raising that flap and raising it and raising it and raising it. Got better, but that's, you know, when you give it up, it does some weird stuff. So what you got to do is you got to find where the problem is, which was there. Because if this edge, if this was up here, which it was, it pushed the wing down, causing the wing to fly high. So I pushed this down all the way, and then I can't remember how I did this now. Pushed it down and lifted it up. So now it's straight, if that makes sense. But that, let's see. So now this is down, causing that to push down. But it's actually straight. But you get what I hope you get my drift of what I'm trying to get across. I have a hard time explaining stuff sometimes, especially when people are new. They don't understand how shit works. So if you don't understand something, please ask, and I'll try to explain what I'm talking about. Whether I can or not, I don't know. Let's use some wax and grease remover, ATX. And that's where I got to repair, so we got that off. Well, it'll be fine. It's not a big deal. If I let it aggravate me, which a lot of stuff does aggravate me, but not model airplane stuff really. I get aggravated when I can't find something, when people are driving like idiots. Yeah, that needs some more attention. I'm probably going to have to fill that. Going to have to put some tape on that and then acrylic green it, sand it, and dust it, because there's 1, 2, 3 little knots right there. I mean, they're so small. You got to be looking at it, but I know they're there, and that bothers me. So I want this repair 100% the way the airplane was when I took it to Tulsa. The guy was saying, sorry, you didn't do it, I did it. I'm the idiot that tripped over the camera. Of course, if I wouldn't have took it out because he wanted to see it, it wouldn't have happened. But I might be getting another one right there. Sure enough. That stupid primer. Of course, none on this side. We're going to have to dig them out. I'll get it fixed. We'll get it fixed. I see there's one coming right there. Sure enough. Stupid primer. Don't use that primer. Got it too wet. Here again, this is not really a big problem. It would be if it was a week away from the gnats. That would kind of suck, but I got plenty of time to fix this, that. I mean, it'll be simple. Fix all the bugaboos. Even if I were to have to recover this, what would that take? An hour? So what? Yeah, that one there. And there's one where I missed sanding on the bottom and I needed to fix anyway, so I'll be fixing on this, that's for sure. It flies really good. I just need to get that trim issue straightened out, and that's what we did tonight with the flap. This thing has got to fly every bit as good as my June RXL, or it was for naught. Shit, even if I had to cut the flaps completely off and make a new set of solid flaps, that wouldn't be no big deal. Just come in here with that cutoff wheel, off with the hinges, drill them out, drill the hinges out, make a new flap solid, paint it, put it back on, no big deal. Which that could happen too if it don't straighten out. But I'll be doctoring on this for the next. Well, oh, I also decided this weekend that the June RXL is definitely going to get a refinish. I'm going to cut the bottom off of it and taper it up so it looks more like this bottom, and make a new shell for the bottom, because I glued that on with CA. I was working in Dayton when I built that. I glued that on with CA, and you can see that hard line there. So as long as I've going to take it back down to the bare wood one more time, I'm just going to cut that off and put a new bottom block on it, or bottom molded piece on it, before I refinish it. I'll go over and doctor all the woodwork and get it all fixed And hopefully I can bring in that 58 ounces, which it is now. Even if it were to gain 2 ounces at 60, it should fly good. That's got a thicker wing than this one. So I can tell you for the next week, the projects are going to be, I got 3 Brian Gardner liners. I'm going to do some motors. I've got enough. Yeah, I got enough to do that. So I'm going to do 2 motors and send 1 liner off. And I'm going to do all the repairs on this airplane and get it pristine. I need to get it out to the field though and make sure that that trim change worked, bending that flap. See, I bent that up. So I bent that up. Which actually straightened that out. Let's see, it was bent down because that wing, I can't figure it out here. Let me think. This wing's running high, so that was bent up. I bent it up some more by twisting it into the up position, which really bent it down. Yeah, that's right. It's confusing. It's even confusing to me while I'm sitting here looking at it. If I'd have bent that down some more, or up some more, it would have caused the wing to fly higher. So I brought that up by bringing that, shit, I can't remember now because it looks straight to me. If I second guess myself, I'll be screwed. Well, all I can do is take it out to the field and try it. If it doesn't work, go the other way. What time are you going live on Sunday? Phew, I don't know. I do my shows at all different times whenever I can. I have something to do. I mean, Sunday I'm going to go to the flea market and buy some rusty saws. And I'm going to buy some saws like this, bigger if I can find them, or rustier, I hope. And ones that are made in America, not China like this piece of junk. And I'm going to put on it tattoo removal, 5 cents. I saw one that looked pretty cool, so I'm gonna paint that on here. Maybe do a couple of them and sell them to some tattoo shops in the area here. Was the 10-year-old boy helpful with the camera? Well, I don't know. Did you guys enjoy it? And he was running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Now, Joe, okay, let me explain how that came out. We're sitting there eating lunch. Colleen made hamburger soup and ham sandwiches and brownies and cookies and all kind of crap. Anyway, it was really great. And I'm talking to one of the guys, and it's, I need a 12-year-old kid to help me with this. And this guy said, the kid said, I can do it. I can help. I said, well, how old are you? He said, I'm 10. I said, that's close enough. And so when we started, I just lit the stream off and said, here's the camera, run with it, do what you want. Joe said that I made a memory for that kid. He'll never forget that. So that's cool, He seemed extremely happy doing it. So knock yourself out. And then I asked his mother was Dave Tribble's daughter. And I said to her, can I buy this kid? He said, no, he's not for sale. I said, okay, well, I'll just rent him for a little while. She said, that's fine. I go, what's your name? Who are you? She goes, you've known me all my life. I go, really? Who are you? And she said, I'm Dave Tribble's daughter. Well, shit, the last time I seen her, she was about that big. So, whatever. She knew who I was. I mean, she remembered me. She must have been a little girl, not that big, but little tiny girl. I can't remember everything. Shit, so many people know who I am. People come up to me and say, oh, hey, Sparky, what's going on? Who are you? I don't know. I'll tell you what I did run across. I'll show you this. Hopefully I put it in here. Mosquitoes, get out of here. No. Must be in my bag. It's out in the garage. I thought I put, oh, no, here it is. This is a carbon fiber 13.6 rev up made by Steve Wilk. Now, I've never used one of these. I have another one that's made poorly. This one seems to be like it's made pretty well. I'll probably have to sand some undercamber in it to load the motor because the magic's in the wood with these rev ups. Let's see. Let me grab a prop real quick. That's a 14. That's a 14. That's a 13. Yeah, see. This is an old dirty one. This may be a rev up copy, but it ain't right. It ain't close. There's not enough blade on it. There's probably this blade is 1/8 of an inch narrower this way than this one. I mean, it's close, but it's the right shape. It's got a narrower hub. I'll probably have to sand some undercamber in this to get it to bite good enough. But we're going to try it. And if they work, I'll make a mold of this and make another one, make some more. I'll carve on this until I get it to work. The kid going nuts with the camera was fun. Didn't bother me at all. That he was a bit on the wild side, moving around so much. Refreshing. Thanks for letting him do it. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, okay, you guys saw my second flight. That was my second flight. That wasn't my best flight. My best flight was the first flight because I wasn't monkeying with camera equipment. if I had to go by my second flight, I'd have lost that match. You know, I would have been second place. And my first flight was pretty damn good. Everybody was going, wow, that was really good. Because I wasn't monkeying with the camera. I wasn't even thinking about you guys. So, you know what? I'm going to go out here, make my first flight count. I kept thinking in my head, this has got to count. This one's got to count. This one's got to count. And it did. It was good enough to win. And then after the second flight, or my first flight was done, I said, well, these guys are going to Jones, so I better go around and set up the camera. Got out the generator, get out the camera, the computer and the camera and the tables, and hook all the BS up. And that's when this happened on Saturday. This snafu, I didn't take it out of the trailer on Sunday. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're staying in the trailer. So you didn't get to see the best out of me, but you got to see something out of me anyway. Now the guy who was second is Joe Gilbert's protege. Joe Gilbert's his coach. I got him just like old times. I said, Joe, there was a time when you couldn't beat me, and now I can't catch you, but at least I got your protege. Joe flies a lot, and you got to fly a lot to be good. And I don't fly, but I think this is probably my 15th or 16th flight this year. I had two in Indiana at Dennis's contest. I had a couple of practice flights at Booter. Then I went to the Nats and had a half a flight there because I ate up my prop. And then come back and a couple more, 4 or 5 more flights at Booter, and then the contest there. And I won that one, 2 flights there, and then no flights last week, and went to Tulsa and won that one. So I got about 15 flights this year is all I got. So if I had 50 flights, I'd be smoking like I was in the 90s. I don't know. It doesn't interest me to go out there and sit in the field with the mosquitoes and the grass clippings and all that other stuff all day long, you know, in the heat. I'd rather be creating something. So that's where I'm at. We'll get this airplane fixed. I'll take it back out to Booter this week. It's supposed to be nice weather all week long, so we'll be able to dial this in and see if we got it. I'll be happy with that. I get this to fly as good as the Junar. Look out. I'll be good this year. And I won't put it down. I'll fly all summer, all winter long, you know, when I can. I'm obviously not going to go out in the snow and putts. Even though it's cold, I'll go and put a couple of flights up. All you got to do is stay warm. And another thing nice about next year is Brodak is the opener. So around March, I'll have all the airplanes done. And then in April, I can practice. And in May, I can practice. And I go to Brodak's and then practice after that. And the Nats doesn't happen until August. And I'm not going to fly open at the Nats in August. And the reason being, I called and volunteered to do the appearance judging because I wasn't real satisfied with how it was done last year. And I'm going to put together some other builders, 2 other builders with me, like I did with Charlie Reeves and Jim Lynch. And we'll go through, and I'll get it done in an hour. And I'll fly this airplane in N30, and hopefully do well in N30. You know, I don't have a chance against the Rusties. He just flies too damn much, or Paul, or Dave Fitzgerald, or Brett Buck, or those guys. They just fly too damn much. So there's no chance, so why get my hopes up? I mean, it's a lot of fun to be there, but I don't need to compete, to have fun there and look at all their stuff and copy the good ideas, which there aren't many left. Once in a while I'll see something. It's like that airplane, that canard airplane. Who'd have thought? That's weird. Not to say that I'll do that. I did end up with a set of plans at that contest for an old time airplane, a Vico, wasn't a Chief. I'll get them out of the trailer and I'll bring them in for the hangout. Some type of Vico or Dumas airplane. And I'm going to build that. I'll let somebody else fly it in old time. I can't remember all them patterns. But I want to put that McCoy, high zoot McCoy on it, the McGass 40, which is a lightning, like I say, a lightning bolt case with a Series 21 cylinder and liner. And we'll see what we can do. See how good they don't fly where the shit. I remember they do not fly where the crap. But, you know, maybe we can win the spirit of 52 or whatever it is, the nostalgia trophy again, like I did with the Tucker. I'm going to give that Tucker away because when I was in Dayton, I stepped on the propeller and it twisted and it cracked the fuselage lengthwise this way. I pulled it together and C8'd it, and it looks okay, but you can see that crack there. And once an airplane's got a crack on it or damage, I'm done with it. That's why I got to get this repaired, so I'm not done with this. But these aren't bad. These are minor hanger rash. You know, that little dent right there, this right here, and a couple little bubbles in the fillets. I can fix them real easy. I'll sand that fillet completely out and then dust the white in there and then airbrush the clear in there, and then you never know. Same with that one up there. Probably wait a couple more days for the rest of them to show up. You know, this was out in the heat in the trailer, so what happens is the fillet is shaped like this, and you paint the dope in that fillet. It's laying down like that, but when it dries, it's shrinking, so it ends up going like that. And DC 540 was a good primer. It stuck to the superfill. This shit here, everybody says, "Oh, how great this Harbor Freight primer is." Yeah, well, there won't be any more use of that. I got a gallon can out there of real lacquer primer. I'm going to get me some, thank you. I'm going to get me some xylene and mix up my own hot primer, you know, just make it smoking. Even if I only have to use it just for fillets, you know, you can't put much primer on these or it'll be heavy. So I'll use it on the fillets and on the fiberglass and call it a day. But I think the thing to do here is to put that red scallop back on there to hide this. But I got to paint it white first so it all matches. Needs a little more doctoring right there too. Right there and right there. Maybe a little aqua green right there. A little dent. I don't want to sand it out any farther. All right, well, we got an hour and 20. I'll stay 10 more minutes. What do you guys want to talk about? Get yourself a Rockler steam generator like I got there. That way you can straighten stuff out or bend stuff. I need to build a steam cabinet. I'm going to do that in this week. Probably I'll go to the store and get, let's see, for 6 fence pickets. And I'll put two fence pickets together like that with pocket hole screws and Gorilla Glue, something that's water, some type of glue that's water resistant. No, Aerogloss is dope. It's not acrylic lacquer. So I'll put 2 together like that and then stand 1 on each side up. So that's 5.5. That'd be 10 wide. It'll be 11 wide and 5 tall. So no, could use epoxy. No, thanks. No, too heavy. Epoxy is too heavy. There's no gassing off. That's yeah, too heavy. Too heavy. But I'll show you how I'm going to. This Rockler steam generator comes with a set of plans on how to build a steam box. But see, I'm going to be doing wing, skins, not either leading edge skins or top and bottom skins. And this is not wide enough. This is wide enough for 3-inch wide material. I may put it together, may be 8 inches wide or 10 inches wide. So I'll make it 11 inches wide by making this out of fence pickets and putting 2 together flat. So it'll be wide like that. So it'll take 4, 5, 6 fence pickets. And we'll make it out of cedar fence pickets, and that'll be cheap. But there's the Rockler steam generator. Highly versatile. In order to obtain the please read the instructions before committing any work. Yeah. Steam is hot. No kit. To the maximum level line with clean, preferably hot water. Replace the filler cap. 5 liters. 10.5 pints. Steaming time before the safety cutout operates. For a shorter steaming time, use less water. Yeah. Do not overfill a unit with hot water or force it up the steam hose. Screw the thread into the boiler. Do not over tighten. Yeah. Content lead from the power. Connect the mislead to the power and take up to 15 minutes before steam is produced, depending on the fill of water quality and temperature. Do not leave unattended. Keep children and pets out of the room. Well, if they get burned, water discharge prior to steam emission. If unit requires refilling, unplug the cord. Yeah, beware of steam. Yeah, no kidding. So here's the plans for that. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dowels in there. They go from side to side. I don't know what G is. What is G? G is the feet. We'll make one of those only 2 boards wide. Condensate drip hole. So that'll be good. E is gasket seal, but it doesn't give you that. And the kit even comes with all the hardware. It gave me all the hinges and the locking latch, and it wasn't expensive. Of course, it might be expensive now, but you just don't know. I just don't know. And I've had it sitting in my closet in Dayton for 5 years. I think it was only like $60-some. It was really cheap. Let's see what it is now. Rockler steam generator. This week, I'll show you how to make it this week. Go to Amazonio, go to the jungle, Amazon, Rockler, Rockler, Steam. Steam generator bending kit. It's up to $80 now. Of course, they got them all the way up to $700, but that one will work just fine. Rockler steam generator, $80. No, actually, that's not Rockler. It's Elex, but it's the same thing. Same exact thing. 12-foot of hose, steaming for wood bending steam box for $80.98. I bought mine for $60. Let's see, got some used off, new and used offers. Let's see. The cheapest one is, yeah, here we go, $68.96. Used, which $66.87. Used in perfect condition. Yeah, well, but with that steam generator, you know, I always, when I was making skins and turtle decks and bottom blocks, I always used the bathtub. I just float the stuff in the bathtub. Well, steam generator will be like a noodle, because I intend to make some molded fuselages, you know, completely molded, where the whole thing is molded, 2 shells. All right, well, that's it. I'll be on Charles's program. That'll happen about 8:45 my time. So I think it's 6:45 Pacific time. And we'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Fair winds, tight lines. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and ring that bell for notifications so you know that when I come on. I come on at all weird hours and do weird things. So we'll see you.